Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Jurassic World Hammond Collection Therizinosaurus figure from Mattel. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks fantastic, and yeah, there's just so much new original sculpt going on here, obviously. I mean, there's nothing for them to reuse, and first off, just a lot of really nice texture work going on. As we can see, there's a lot of feather sculpt. Then we get to the underbelly, we see more of that skin sculpt, and then that changes here at the arms. It becomes a little bit rougher. Then we get the claws themselves with those scales, and I get the claws themselves. Yeah, so just lots of nice different textures, very dynamic looking dinosaur in general. And yeah, I think they really did it justice here. We do see the return of the glass eyes, and again, my lights just kind of like black them out. I don't know how, but I can see the reflection there. Though these ones are pretty dark even in person, so there's that. Then we move on to the colors, and I really like what they did here. I really like this kind of nice dark bluish green with this red wash over the top, just kind of like bring out those feathers a little bit more. And that feather work goes all the way down to the tip of the tail, so very nice work there. Then we do, while the underbelly does seem a little bare, I mean, I think that definitely could have helped with a bit of a dark wash or something. We do actually get a wash here, going back to the top of the claws, so you can see there's a light wash here over the scales, and then the claws themselves, not on the underside, but you know, obviously you gotta mainly be looking at the top, but you know, some really nice aging there. You can kind of bring out the kind of like nicks and dings in the sculpt, so that's very, very nice. We do get a, you know, the type of mouth we've been seeing before, where they just kind of use the colored plastic, but it's definitely very effective here. They even used a kind of shinier plastic, which gives it that wet look, so very much the desired effect. And that head sculpt in general just looks absolutely beautiful. Really love the shape of it. I think they really kind of captured how it should look. So yeah, overall, just a really, really cool looking figure. Articulation is awesome, and hands down probably amongst the best in the entire Hammond collection. So let's jump right into it. So for the head, we do have that articulated jaw. So I can open about that far, or not about that far, we can open that far and close the mouth there. We are hinge and swivel here at the kind of base of the head. So coming up that far, down that far. We can rotate on that, of course, as well. Then we get a joint hinge and swivel at the bottom of the neck. So we're going about that far forward, about that far up. It would have been really cool if this was bendy wire like the Brachiosaurus, but I get why they wouldn't do that. And obviously you can get your rotation there as well. For our shoulders, hinge and swivel, pretty much all hinge and swivel, pardon me. So I come out to about there, come all the way down there, and you can rotate all the way around. The elbows, single jointed, but fantastic range, almost folds completely in half. Straightens, not completely, but close. We are hinge and swivel at the wrists, so we can come in about that far, out about that far, rotate, of course. Then each one of the finger claws are actually articulated, so we can come down, come up, we can rotate, so lots of possibilities going on there. Fantastic. Then we come to the legs, and in terms of the splits, so try to get to a neutral here. So coming in that far, out that far. So still could be a little bit better, or I'd like to see it better. I mean, there's not really a lot of room in the body, but you know, still not bad. Again, still amongst the best. In terms of the rotation, coming back about that far, and then forward about that far, so you're running into the body there. We are single jointed at the knees, and straighten out about that far, come in like that. You do get rotation there as well. Same with the top of the foot. So you come in about that far, can straighten out that much. Rotation for the toes, come up that far, straighten all the way out, and fantastic rocker. Again, why I kind of wish there was more range there in the thighs. Then we get to the tail, and we have our standard ball going on here at the base of from where the body meets the tail, and then we get a bendy wire all the way here, but this is some of the best I've seen. It goes from here all the way to the end, and you can get pretty much anything you want. You can feel it's a nice, very sturdy wire in there, and so you're gonna get some really like just killer poses going on there. So I don't know what re-engineering they did for the tail, but definitely totally works. I'm really excited to see that going forward in this line. So yeah, that's Articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here they are with some other Hammond collection. With some domestics. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with Articulated Icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Hammond Collection Therizinosaurus figure from Mattel is that this figure is positively fantastic. Just really great paint, great sculpt, really fun articulation, some of the most robust in the line. Cannot recommend it enough. It's definitely a presence on the shelf. I was not prepared for how big this thing was going to be. This is definitely in that kind of new like middle large range that they're doing that we saw with the Carnotaurus last year, and it's really cool. I'm really excited to see kind of the dinosaurs that we get in this range as well. Just really good stuff coming from this line. I was worried for a while just because we weren't getting any Hammond Collection reveals for what felt like forever, but they are full force going here. So yeah, could not recommend this enough. Certainly if you're collecting dinosaur figures, if you're just a dinosaur fan, if Therizinosaurus is your favorite dinosaur, then you are lucking out right now because this thing is fantastic. In terms of availability, so far it's gone up at Target. I don't know if this has been available anywhere else. Hammond Collection seems to be really random in terms of like where it actually becomes available, but I will have at least a link to the Target landing page in the description below if you're interested in picking this up. So I hope you found this review informative and some entertaining. And if you did, I hope to see you back because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, come back, let's escape the world for a while and just look at some really nice plastic. But at the end of the day, I just hope you're well. Hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.